Okay, so sorry for the wait up, but obviously I don't know if you've noticed, but I was wearing this shirt over the course of this weekend, which you will see our blue marble, the planet on it, and the invitation. And the invitation to explain, I think, is really about an invitation to see the sort of power, influence that we can have on a lot of people around the world. So I want to share this little story about my path to, let's say, the world, the climate. Obviously, when I have to admit, when I was young, when I was 20, 25, I didn't really see the news that were already there as a big problem, because they didn't impact on me. And the life that I was living, I was interested in racing, interested in success, and really then a couple of things happened in my life. I chose to, together with my wife, to become a father. 26 years old, our first daughter was born. The year after, our second daughter was born. The year after that, my father-in-law was diagnosed with cancer, passed away 1.5 years later. And at the same time, I'm confronted with the future, seeing my children, holding my children in my arms for the very first time. And at the same time being confronted with death, the end of life. And it really made me reflect my life and, the future that is ahead of us and the world we live in, and realizing the privilege that I have, living the life that I do, having so much joy in what I do, at the same time getting paid a lot of money for it, and being born in Germany, having all these opportunities, which a lot of people, and I thought, I work hard, I did work hard throughout my career, but a lot of people work hard every day and they don't have these privileges, they don't have the choice, they don't have these chances, nor do they have anywhere near the sufficient pay they deserve. So that's a very, very unique position to be in. And once I realized, I really thought, how can I use the voice that I have to try and address things that are really important for all of us. And looking at our world, at our climate, I think the world is rapidly changing, and it requires us all to, consider what we can do. So I started to reflect on things that I can do on my side to be less part of the problem, and maybe here and there be more part of the solution. Obviously, looking at the big gains, it's, how do I travel from race to race? Because of time efficiency and because of comfort, obviously you sort of fall into this traveling with private jets around the world, etc. I stopped that completely, and I started feeling good about it. I started to question my nutrition. What do I eat? Where does the food come from? I started to think, where do I get my energy from? How do I consume? Which clothes am I buying? Etc., etc. There's many, many things, and I don't want to point fingers at you or anybody to say this is what you should do, but I really tried to speak also to the other drivers to emphasize that we are in this unique position to have an impact on our planet's climate. We are backs to the wall. It's time to change. It's time to reconsider our actions, and we must obviously think of future generations going forward. The world has been stable for so many years, weather patterns have been stable for so many years, and now things are starting to impact on all of us, provided we're looking at myself. We went to Australia in 2020. The whole or a lot of parts of Australia was on fire, equivalent to the size of England, that was on fire with wildfire. 2 years later we come back, and we have the east coast of Australia being hit with heavy rainfalls. All of these weather patterns are changing. Looking at air pollution, I remember the first trips to Shanghai, and I couldn't see blue sky, which confused me. A couple of years later, all of a sudden there was higher chance and more days with blue and clear sky, because changes have been implemented. So it's really to show or to explain that from my side it has impacted on my life, even though I could afford to look away. But I think we are all at a stage that we can't look away anymore. And, news come and go, but news about our climate, our world, and the climate crisis, they just grow bigger. So it's something to become aware of, and really it's about us as human, as a species. We can't afford to look away anymore. We have to implement certain changes on our lives, on everybody's lives, and ask ourselves, and that's why I phrase it as an invitation, what can we do? What can you do? It starts with very small things. It starts with big things. Obviously, us as drivers, we have a huge position to inspire people, to impact on people. But everyday actions, I think, matter. Whether you choose to pick up a piece of plastic, a plastic bottle that you see when you go for a walk, whatever it is, small things make a difference. And that's really the idea behind the shirt and the invitation, to just make people aware that every little bit matters, and also the other drivers, that we really have a responsibility that we share in the future to hopefully make this world a better place and protect our future. So that's really what this shirt is about, and what I wanted to get across as a sort of last message before I will see where the journey, the future will take us. So thanks for the invitation. I see that there's a lot of people listening and following, and thank you for all the support. Thank you for the love this weekend, and hopefully there's little bits, and you question yourself, what can you do to contribute to make this world a better place. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Bye bye for now.